Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another YouTube channel or YouTube video today. Okay, today is actually day 10 of trying to get funded. So, well, today wise is gonna be a slow day in my honest opinion because actually 9:15, uh, there is actually gonna be news. Sorry, for 3:15 is gonna have some news. Okay, so on Euro USD and until 4 p.m. 4:30 p.m. we'll have GBP manufacturing PMI as well news. So today will be, I don't think I'll be taking any trades. Okay, so I did take one trade today. I did take an L trade. Okay, but it was a quick scalp. I wanted to actually do a quick scalp here. So reason being is because I saw 3 p.m. came. So if I look at the 15-minute time frame, okay, it was actually bullish here. Okay, before it actually started tanking. So 15 minutes was actually in a bullish fair value gap. 30 minutes was as well in a bullish fair value gap. 1 hour was as well. It was in a bullish fair value gap here. Eh? Yeah, it was at a bullish fair value gap here. So, so the reason why I actually took a long trade here is because on my broker, okay, was that uh this low. Okay, here it didn't sweep the low here, but on my broker that actually this low was swept. Okay, and then that was during just nice during Asian session before Asian session this low was swept. Okay, so I was like looking, okay, so maybe I can look for a little bit of a buy setup here, a bit of a cheeky buy setup, but of course it's a very high risk buy setup in my personal opinion. Okay, so then I saw these 2 minutes bearish fair value gap getting inverse here. Okay, getting inversed. So I was like, okay, so 2 minutes got inverse, then I was waiting for 1 minute bearish fair value gap, which was actually here to get inverse. So I saw this getting inverse and price actually came back down. I took a long position because I saw this very nice wick, this very strong wick here. I was seeing how price was reacting off of it, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll take a trade. If price were to inverse this high here, which was actually this, I will actually move my stops to break even, and luckily I did. Okay, because price actually started falling down, as you can see, rapidly. Additionally, reason why I actually wanted to target this high here was actually on my broker. Okay, there was actually a double top here. Okay, so, and at the same time it was actually accumulation macro high as well, so there was a draw on liquidity there. So hence that's why I wanted to take that trade, quick buy trade. It was just a nice 1:1 trade. Okay, reason why I actually put my stops there was because of this 1 minute bullish fair value gap here. So that's why I actually make my stops to break even because of that. Sorry, as in like that's why my stops was there. However, price actually ultimately just started dumping here, as you guys can see. I think due to the news, they were anticipating the news and stuff. But you know what they always say, sell the news, buy the rumors or something along that line. But I don't really believe in that. Or buy the rumors, sell the news, something like that along that line. So honestly speaking, I wouldn't mind looking for a long setup during the New York London session. But of course, I will only wait for how uh, the news comes out to be. Okay, right now I'm just chilling. I'm not taking any trades in terms of news. So the news will only end about 4 p.m. So maybe if price actually comes down to sweep this low here by 4 p.m. or like during the news session, may or may not take a trade here, but ultimately I will just wait and see what price action gives me. Okay, so for me wise, how I would look for a trade is a majority of it will be a rejection and then a continued push. So what I mean by that, price comes down here, you see right now it's going to clear, comes back up, comes down. Okay, bearish fair value gap supported by a bullish fair value gap. Okay, it inverses, don't sweep this high, I'll take a buy trade. That would be my ultimate setup. But of course, it really depends on situations in my personal opinion. So I will wait and see what price gives me. I do want to target back this high here. Why? Because I personally feel that was the previous high. And let's take a look at how last week turned out to be. So last week wise, price did sweep this high here, but actually closed above it. Price right now is retracing. Okay, so 4 hours time frame wise, price is actually respected by a 4 hours bearish fair value gap here. The price actually sweep this high here. Okay, it did not sweep this high as well. Let me take a look at my broker just to confirm. Yeah, so it didn't sweep that high, so it's leaving liquidity on the top as well. Okay, so right now price is looking to sweep that low, but I think for me wise, I'm not looking. But right now with that huge sell, that's a crazy sell. Okay, that was a crazy drop actually. But whatever it is what it is. So then this was the FOMC news. Price actually continue pushing higher due to the 50 basis point cut and how dollar is going to be weak. Okay, next, price actually didn't make a higher high here. So essentially right now price is within this range here and this range here. So because why you might say, Chris, why isn't this the low here? Like I said, this didn't print a higher high, pushing higher. So your zone is here and here. Okay, price can chop around this zone and you don't even know it. But you can't say that this was a break of structure because these didn't close above it. It just wicked and then started dropping. Okay, so there is a draw, there is sweeping of liquidity. And what, like I said, if you guys want to look at how if it's bullish, okay, if price was technically bullish here, right, price should or technically be pushing higher than this, not sweeping, just not wicking off like that. Okay, pushing higher and then pull back and then pushing higher and higher. So that's how market structure shifts. If you look at this as such, that price came up, sweep the liquidity, then started dropping down, that is a bit of a bearish signal as well. However, price is still within this range and this range as well. Okay, why not this range here? Because this was a wick. You usually look at candle closure to be bullish, not wicks. Okay, so that's number one. Then number two, price is in a 5-minute bullish fair value gap, 1 hour bullish fair value gap as well. Price could easily come back down here as well to sweep this low. Really wouldn't be a low, but it's technically a low as well. Okay, so price did wick above here, very obvious wick that we saw actually last week. Okay, we were actually seeing this trade. Okay, but we didn't took that sell, we took it around here on Friday. Okay, so when price came back down, came back up, and then now dropping down due to the news. Okay, so in my personal opinion, if you look at the higher time frame wise, okay, if you want to look at bullish setups wise, you could at least wait for a 50% retracement to this zone right here, and then price to actually continue shooting higher. But of course, in this case right here, price did come back down here, but actually didn't break above it and just sweeping that high only. Okay, so right now price is actually printing a double bottom here, very strong double bottom here, even on my broker. Okay, it is printing a double bottom here, and I'm expecting price to actually wick during the news, depending on what the news says, and then just straight away just pushing higher as well. That's what I think. Okay, so right now price is pushing lower here. Wow, very crazy move towards the downside here. Okay, sweeping tons of liquidity here. I'm not taking any positions right now. Like I said, I'm not a news trader. I don't trade the news. I just let what price do itself. If it does what it does want to do. So Euro French flash manufacturing PMI, so French flash service PMI actually went down. Forecast was actually 53, while the actual was actually 48.3. Okay, so what does that tell us? That tells us that inflation is technically dropping. Okay, so euro is like essentially weak because, as you know, if your inflation is quote unquote weak, okay, means that say that the how does I explain this in a way? So essentially meaning to say that your economy will be weak because you are dropping interest rate, you need to cut rates and stuff along that line. So that's why most of the time when you have lower PMI, okay, you have a higher chance or lower chance, a higher chance of your inflation actually dropping. Okay, sorry, yeah, dropping. So that means to say that your interest rates will as well drop, and then your economy will be technically weaker as well. So am I going to be buying here? No, not really. I'm not buying. I'm only trading this at about 4 p.m. So I want to let the news run by itself. Okay, I just want to let I want to just see what the news does. So 3:30 p.m. now came, 3:15 p.m. came. So next will be German flash manufacturing PMI. Okay, so I'm waiting. Okay, if price actually does sweep this low here, it would be nice as well. If price want to come back down here, sweeping this low here, bouncing off this, I wouldn't mind taking a long setup. But of course, it's a very risky long setups because it is news. So do trade with precaution. I am trading very precautious, and I hold my stops pretty tight as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be just chilling for the next 40 minutes. Okay, so you guys can just see how the market goes. I'm not gonna be doing much of anything, just being patient and just waiting. Okay, so yeah, pretty much that's about it. Okay, hope you guys just see how it turns out, and yeah, you know, Okay guys, so it's been a while. Okay, I've just been chilling. I didn't really been doing much. So I've been looking at the markets, seeing how the market plays out and stuff. So right now I am looking for a long setup, honestly guys. I am looking for a long setup here, but it is pretty risky to take this long setup, but I will be waiting. Okay, I'll not be taking this trade just yet. Okay, so I do want this. So what I want to see here is actually okay, wait, let me take a look and I can explain it to you guys. So give me a second, give me a quick second. 2 minutes, okay, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, okay, go to 5 minutes or 5 minutes here. Okay, so right now I do see this 1 minute breaking here. Okay, it did inverse this high here. So okay, so that's, I mean, if it wants to continue pushing higher, sure, but if you want to push lower, also possible. Okay, so right now wise, I'm looking for a bullish setup here. Right now I do want to see these 2 minutes. Okay, so 1 minute, it hasn't closed yet. Let's take a look. Okay, okay, so 1 minute did close bullish here. Okay, it did inverse this 1 minute very obvious bearish fair value gap here. 2 minutes, I am waiting for this closure here. Okay, so about 5 minutes did tap into a 5 minutes bearish fair value gap here. Okay, so did it tap into it? It didn't tap into it just yet. Okay, but it's tough to take this trade here, but I do want to see this 5 minutes close bearish here. Okay, so I want to see 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and 3 minutes all close bullish here. Okay, but that doesn't mean I'll immediately take a trade here, guys. So I am waiting. Okay, I am waiting. I'm not taking a trade just yet. So let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar wise, there really isn't SMT or anything. Okay, it's just making it's the same. It isn't really doing much of anything. So that's about it for sure. Okay, so 2 minutes did close bullish here, guys. So 2 minutes did close bullish. Let me take a look at the 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes did close bullish. I'm actually going to add one small lot position here, guys. So it's just a small lot size. Okay, but it did pull back. It did push all the way higher now. Okay, but this is a very risky trade, guys. So my stocks will be below here. So huge stop loss. Okay, honestly speaking, it's a huge stop loss. So for me wise, I will look the reason why I'm looking for buys because price has been pushing very bearish momentum. So I was thinking, okay, so if price was kind of bullish, I want to look for at least a pullback here to a long setup to, so price, yeah. So right now wise, I have two open positions, small positions, not very massive because my stop loss is technically very big. Okay, so my stops will be like around here. Okay, so I do have two positions running currently, both like I said small positions. So 3 minutes, I do want I do, if how I will look to close this trade will be a 3 minute closure below this bullish fair value gap, 3 minutes bullish fair value gap, and 2 minute bullish fair value gap. Okay, 5 minutes didn't print a bullish fair value gap here, sure, okay. Okay, but there is this 5 minutes bullish inversion fair value gap here. Okay, so I am in a long position right now. Okay, so It is a risky trade, guys, so it is a pretty risky trade in my personal opinion. I'm gonna go to higher time frame, so break even will actually be here. So I do want to see these 5 minutes inversing this very fair value gap here. Let's take out 4 minutes. 4 minutes don't really have any. Okay, 3 minutes don't have as well, but 2 minutes I believe there is one. No, 2 minutes doesn't have. I think 1 minute has one. Yeah, 1 minute does have one. So so it is a pretty okay. So um, it's a pretty risky trade due to the fact that price is reacting off this 5 minutes bullish fair value gap here. Okay. Okay, that bearish fair value gap. Sorry, that it could inverse here. Okay, so do take note, guys. I am risking very small. Okay, I am not risking very big. 1 minute have to close bearish here as well. Okay, price is reacting off that bearish fair value gap there, so it's pretty not a good sign. Okay, so but this will be my last trade of the day because I think price is just too choppy at this point of time. it's just way too choppy. If I take an L here, I'll just take an L here. Okay. Okay, so not looking pretty too good, guys. So most probably gonna get stopped out here and then call it a day today. So let's just wait and see how price action gives us, and then we will adjust accordingly from there. Okay, guys. So I think one thing's for certain. Okay, so I think looking back at this trade, it was a pretty bad trade in my personal opinion, due to the fact that how price did. I didn't wait for these 5 minutes to actually inverse. It actually did tap back into there. Okay, then after that, I didn't wait for it to inverse. I just straight away took the trade, and then just in a sense hoping for it to actually play out the way it did, but actually essentially it didn't. So that was some a mistake on my end, so hope you guys learn something as well. So same concept, I'm always learning something every single day. So but the reason why I actually sort of took this trade was that if you look at the higher time frame wise, 1 hour time frame, book price is actually did sweep tons of liquidity. Price actually came back down to a level of bullish time frame, swept lows, swept lows. Okay, then after that, if you look at the 2 hours, okay, price tapped back into a 2 hour bullish fair value gap, 3 hours as well, tapped into a bullish fair value gap. Okay, 4 hours didn't. Okay, 1 hour, I think one day didn't as well. So with a very nice higher time frame, 15 minutes as well had bullish fair value gap, 30 minutes I think had as well. Yep, so had as well, and price sort of, you can technically say it's oversold, but I don't like to say oversold. Okay, in my personal opinion, I don't say my trades are oversold or overbought. Okay, I only just take my trades according to how the setups are. Okay, so my break even is still over this high here because there's tons of liquidity here. Okay, I like this rejection of this 5 minutes. I do want to see this 5 minutes closing bullish here. Okay, and then 2 minutes as well closing above. So 2 minutes did a close above it. Okay, 2 minutes did a close above it here. So 5 minutes wise, I want to see it actually close above it as well. Okay, so 5 minutes did close above it. Sorry, the price did close above the zone. Shit, sorry. I want to move my stops. Let me move my stops to break even. So I have moved all three of my trades to break even at this point. Okay, so I did move all three of my take profit, sorry, all trades to break even at this point. So if it does come back and then stop me out here, then so be it. Okay, so I am not going to be thinking so much. At least I don't lose anything on this trade at this point. So let's just wait and see how price action plays out here. So right now price is actually coming back, retracing back due to the fact that price did tap a 5 minutes bullish fair value gap there, bearish fair value gap there. So if it does stop me out here, then so be it. I am not looking for another entry. I think it's just way too much of a risk, in my personal opinion. Because price did tap into another 1 minute bearish fair value gap. There's just so many bearish fair value gaps here that I potentially see market is just can reject off it and just continue pushing bearish, because it is bearish. I am trading against the trend. Okay, so essentially that is pretty much very risky. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to take these, you guys can take the profits here as well, no problem with that, no issue. I'm looking to take profits early, but I didn't lose any of these. I'm not in any loss here, but I'm just trying to, let's see what price action does. Okay, because if you look at the 2 minutes wise, 2 minute did close pretty much very bearish here, as you guys can see. Okay, it wicked very strongly. What does that tell us? That tells us that price may or may not reverse, and I'm thinking it will. Okay, if price 2 minutes does close above these highs, okay, then I have, or you can have a stronger conviction that, okay, hey, there is a stronger bullish momentum that we can look into pushing higher. Okay, so that's what we do want to see here. We do see that, then okay, yeah, we have a nice push higher, but with this bearish 5 minutes fair value gap here, okay, it's pretty tough, I would say, because this is a very big 5 minutes bearish fair value gap here. I do want to see inversing. If it does inverse, it'll be a good sign. If not, then it will be a tough sign as well. Okay, but of course, at the end of the day, it's not what I want to see, what the market want to see. It's just how the market reacts. So we have to react accordingly to how the market gives us, and we just trade according to what basically that's what the market gives us. Okay, so don't be too overzealous, I would say. Let's just wait and see how the market does. Okay, right now price did close above it. Okay, price rejected off nicely. So right now 5 minutes, I do want to see this inverse higher. Okay, if it does inverse higher and inverse this 3 minutes, inverse this 5 minutes, inverse this 2 minutes, okay, then you'll be like, okay, very nice. I would have a very nice conviction that, hey, price is essentially bullish. So this will be my first trade of the day if here were to take profit. This will be my first take profit zone, due to the fact that because there is that 2 and 3 minutes bullish fair value gap area zone. Okay, and I do want to secure some of my profits. I don't mind, because I am down 30, and with this nice, if it hits my take profit, it will just treat me as a nice break even for the day. So I'm happy with that. Okay, if that gives me that take profit, if will I be missing out on plenty of other trade, like, or plenty of other profits, I'm okay, I'm good. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you have money to take in, or like, you have profits you have profits that, how do I say this, but as long as you have some profits that you can take, why not just take it? You will never know what the market can do. You can easily just respect this 5 minutes fair value gap, and you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna just bounce off it and then just continue pushing lower here. So I do want to see this inverse it. Okay, I would say right now it's not looking too good, but okay, it did close above this high here. However, it didn't close above this candlestick wick very strongly. It still is respecting it, as you guys can see. Okay, so let's wait and see what price action does. If price does inverse this 1 minute bullish fair value gap here, okay, I may or may not have a high conviction to take my, I will may or may not actually close my trade early here, guys. So trailing my stops pretty tightly. So it hasn't hit my take profit yet, and at the same time, why I had this high here is because this is accumulation macro high as well. So draw on liquidity there is high. Okay, 5 minutes bullish fair value gap, 3 minutes bullish fair value gap, 2 minutes bearish fair value gaps. So essentially, that's the reason why I wouldn't mind closing my trade here early, because of all those reasons. Okay, let's take a look at the dollar and see what it's currently doing. So current dollar is right now dropping. Okay, okay, there's no SMT here. Okay, there is an SMT here. Dollar did make a higher high here. Okay, not really essentially a higher high, but this is a higher low, but it's about the same here lah. So I won't say this is an SMT here. Okay, because you can look, okay, price dollar is still very bullish here. So right now price dollar is tapping into a 1 hour bearish fair value gap here, but you could essentially look into price still pushing higher here. So let's just wait and see how price action does in terms of dollar. Okay, so right now, okay, let's take a look. This is a 1 minute time frame, and this one is a 5 minute time frame. Okay, So take profit one still hasn't been hit yet, guys. It's still barely, it's like, I think it's like a few pips away only, like a 0.1 or 0.2, or I think barely is like a 0.05 pips. It's like just tickling it. It's like literally tickling it. It's literally tickling it, my take profit. Okay, take profit one has been, did it hit? Okay, take profit one has been hit. Okay, so take profit one has been hit. Like I said, reason why I actually essentially have such a small lot size open positions today is, if you look at this trade, this is such a huge stop loss right now. If I were to actually have a tight, if I have to have a tight, my usual stops, which is actually a 2.5, okay, right now I would be in such a huge short. I think I will actually get, my account will actually be blown by now. It's a what's a $400 right now, and I'll be additional with this. It's just been huge. So you guys need to know how to manage your risk in terms of using IFVG. Okay, essentially, with if you don't have a very tight not, I don't need to ask you to, you don't need a very tight stops, you know, you don't need very, you see all these kind of gurus and stuff, they market in a way that, oh my god, you need to have such tight stops. Oh, look at me, I have like a 1.3 stops, and then my take profit is like a nice fucking 3 risk to reward, you're earning like $300 over. But they don't show you the fact that, like, how, you know, what if the price actually just fucking, sorry, where's my mouse? Okay, what if the price actually just drops like here, like that? What if you have you have 8 lot size right now, okay? If you have a 1.3, 1.3 is actually $100 in terms of lot size. If you have $100, so that's, if you have a, that was a easy 6.7, so 6.7 divided by 1.3, so that's a $500 right there. Right now price could have dropped easily $500, right? And you would have lost your whole account right there. You would have lost your whole entire account easily just right there. And you did, and because you see these kind of marketing gurus and stuff, that like how uh you see these accounts and saying that like how they are having such tight stops and stuff. You know, it's essentially just marketing. You know, I was once like that. I was like, oh my god, I also want to have such tight stops. I also want to have such tight stops. Seeing how they market it in a way that like, oh my god, you know, I have such a nice risk to reward, price didn't even retrace back down. But actually in reality is that if you have sometimes when you have such tight stops, right, you may or may not lose your trades, and you don't even know it, you know, and you could just easily blow your account. And that was the mistake that I did. So having smaller lot size and stuff, it is much better. Okay, it's much better to manage as well. You so please manage your risk. Okay, don't over trade, over leverage like what I did in the past. So what, your wins are less, so what, it doesn't matter. Okay bro, it doesn't matter, because your win, as long as your wins are more than your losses at the end of the day, that's how you win. Okay, that's how you win in this trading space. Okay, I was once like this too. Okay guys, I told you guys already, I was once like this, you know, how I really wanted to, you know, take I was once I want a very tight stops. Oh, anyways guys, so I think I'll be closing my trades here if this 1 minute fair value gap does inverse here. Okay, so I wouldn't mind looking for a sell trade, but I think I will not be looking for that trade anymore, because it's quite late, so I don't really want to look for any more positions. Okay, so I closed both of my trades here. I did close both of my trades here. I took an L trade, but I'm fine with it, guys. Okay, so I'm fine with this L trade. Where was that? 4 6. mind taking a short trade here as well. But it's a pretty risky short trade here because okay. I'm gonna wait and see how these short trades plays out. Like I said, I wouldn't mind taking this short trade. Actually, I was looking for a short trade much earlier on. So I have another 8 more minutes. If within this 8 more minutes price does inverse these 2 minutes bearish fair value gap here, okay, as in bullish fair value gap here, I wouldn't mind taking a short trade and then looking to target this low here. Okay, but I think the first target will actually be ultimately this low here. So maybe open one larger and one smaller here. Okay, but that's only if it gives me. If not, then I will most probably call it a day here, guys. So today was a very risky trade. Okay, overall, ultimately, it was a very super ultimate risky trade. I wouldn't say that it's a very bad trade. It could have been better. But I think it was a fine. I don't regret taking this trade. I mean, I'm up like 16 bucks today. So, considering the fact that I didn't lose, okay, considering the fact that I didn't lose, it's a win for me in my eyes. Okay. Okay, so most probably I'm not looking for this trade here. 3 minutes. Let me just close all these positions. Okay, 3 minutes did close bearish here. Okay, we're gonna wait for this. Okay, I wouldn't mind taking a step at a short here. Okay. Actually, yeah, then I wouldn't mind taking a step at a short here. Then this will be my last trade for the day. Okay, I actually want to see. Okay. So right now, not yet. I'm not looking at a short yet. If price this 3 minute, okay. So if 3 minute closes bearish here, right? Let me exit all this. Okay, if 3 minute closes below this inversion fair value gap here. Okay. I wouldn't mind taking a short trade, but a small lot size only, like a small lot size. But other than that, I'm done for the day already. If this trade doesn't play out, then I'm calling it a day. So as an example here, guys, doesn't mean that the higher time frame here, okay, shows like how it did close bearish here. As you guys can see, it did inverse that 3 minutes 3 minutes bullish fair value gap here. It closed below it, okay, but that doesn't in fact mean that you can ultimately just take that trade. okay, you can't just simply take that trade, because if you look at the lower time frame, okay, there is that bullish 2 minutes fair value gap, okay, and it could easily just reverse on you, which is right now doing it, okay. It's currently right now inversing it, and it just reversing on it on you, okay. So, and if you were to take this sell trade here, you will just be in a loss trade, okay. So ultimately, okay, don't take any unnecessary trades that you don't see it, okay, guys. See 4 minutes as well, close bullish bearish here, okay, but that doesn't mean that you purely just take it, okay. Right now, if you want to take a trade here, okay, let's just wait and see, okay. If this 4 minute close bearish here, okay, then you can take a sell trade here potentially, but other than that, you really can't take any sell trade here, in my personal opinion, because you have this like 2 minutes bearish fair value gap here, 2 minutes bullish fair value, sorry. So it's like it can respect it, and you just don't know it, like I said, okay. Right now, price is in expecting this fair value gap here. Okay, I wouldn't mind taking a short setup here, a one lot size only. I'm just playing it small here. Okay, so I would actually remove all of my trades here in terms of the earlier trades, due to the fact that I did close majority of them at break evens. So yeah, this will be my last trade of the day, boys. So 4 minutes did actually respect it, as I saw. Then that's why I saw that 5 minutes didn't close. We had a nice rejection. Okay, so yeah, I'm risking very small here. I'm not even in a large entry. Whether I lose this trade, sure. I mean, sure, why not? Okay, so I took this trade unknowingly. So I mean, it's after 5 p.m. as well. So technically speaking, I shouldn't even be taking this trade. So I did take this trade. So let's just wait and see how this goes. My break even is pretty tight, so it's as long as that once it breaks that low, then I'll most probably look to break even. So let's take a look at the. I want to see whether is there any SMT involving here or whatsoever in terms of the dollar. Okay, so there. Okay, so there's no SMT going on. So, but actually, if you see carefully, price is making higher highs and higher lower lows. So okay, yeah, it's okay. I may be wrong, guys. Okay, I may be wrong. Okay, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If there's SMTs, okay, guys. So please do correct me if I'm wrong. Do correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, guys. Please do correct me. Sorry. I'm not adding into my positions also, so I am just gonna let it be because it's already out of my trading time. So yeah, it is what it is, boys. It is what it is. So I'm most probably gonna get close my positions once this 1 minute does inverse here. Reason being is because I don't like this very strong bullish push, so I am gonna stop out here. Okay, guys. Okay, it is what it is. I am not that upset about this trade, so I just took a very small positions. I wasn't in a very big trade. Okay, today was a very LD, I would say negative $21. It is what it is. Right now you could take a trade, you can take a bullish trade, and then this will be your break even point. So right now you should be in a trade. I mean, not say should be, but like you can be in a trade. Okay, the reason why I actually stopped out at break even here, okay, right now you'll be break even already. Oh, okay, so right now you should be in break even. You hit break even, so pretty set that high. Okay, so anyways, I'm done for the day. Today hasn't been the best trading day, but because of news, okay, so I'll take it. I lost $20. Okay, so let's just wait and so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Okay, it's been a very weird stream today, I would say, due to the fact that because of news and everything. But tomorrow we'll come back stronger, and yeah, hopefully pass the challenge as well. So right now I'm still at break even, $10,000. Never really moved from anywhere. So today is just like observing the charts and stuff. So